Have you ever had an itch that made you stop and wonder what your body might be trying to tell you? As we age, our bodies start to communicate in more subtle ways, through aches, fatigue, and yes, even through itchiness. While most people brush off an itch as nothing more than dry skin or a temporary irritation, the truth is that where an itch appears on your body could be far more telling than you think. In older adults, chronic itchiness in specific areas has been linked to underlying health conditions, some of which can silently reduce your lifespan. That's right. Something as seemingly simple as a persistent itch could be your body's version of a red flag, urging you to take a closer look. In this video, we'll explore 4 specific areas where itchiness in seniors may signal deeper health issues. These aren't myths or guesswork. They're based on real patterns observed by doctors and aging researchers. Each itchy spot may reveal something about your blood circulation, organ function, nervous system, or even nutritional health. By the end, you'll not only be more aware of what to watch for, you'll know what steps to take to protect your health. Stay ahead of these warning signs and live your later years with more strength, clarity, and peace of mind. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Let's dive in. 1. Persistent itching on the lower legs. One of the most commonly overlooked signs of a deeper issue is a persistent itch on the lower legs. Many people assume it's just dry skin, but when there's no visible rash or irritation and the itch doesn't go away, it could signal something more serious. Doctors have found that constant itching in the calves, shins, or ankles, especially in older adults, may be linked to poor circulation, particularly a condition called peripheral artery disease. This occurs when blood isn't flowing freely through the small vessels in your lower limbs. That reduced blood flow can make the skin dry, sensitive, and abnormally itchy. Let's look at 2 men, Harold and Dennis, both in their early 80s. Harold stays active, taking daily walks and keeping an eye on his legs and feet. He hasn't noticed anything out of the ordinary. Dennis, however, has become more sedentary. He's tired more often, spends long hours sitting, and recently developed a persistent itch on his lower legs, especially noticeable at night or after being still for a while. He tries lotion, assuming it's dry skin, but it doesn't help. What Dennis doesn't realize is that this itching could be a signal that his circulation is weakening. Without proper blood flow, not only does the skin suffer, but the muscles and tissues below it begin to weaken too. This puts more strain on the heart, the veins, and the entire vascular system. And research shows that poor circulation is associated with higher risks of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive issues. Our legs are often called the second heart because of the crucial role they play in pumping blood back up to the rest of the body. When they're struggling, your entire system can be affected. Here's the good news. If caught early, this issue can be managed and even reversed. Movement is one of the best treatments. Light leg exercises, short walks throughout the day, and elevating your feet while sitting can improve circulation. Drinking plenty of water, wearing compression socks, and limiting salty foods can also help significantly. So if you've noticed a stubborn itch on your lower legs, especially with no clear cause, don't ignore it. It might be your body's way of speaking up, asking for attention and care. 2. Unexplained itching on the upper or mid-back. That spot in the middle of your back might be hard to reach. But what if the itch you feel there is your body's way of reaching you with an important message? Many older adults experience persistent itchiness in the upper or mid-back. It's easy to dismiss it as dry skin, a clothing tag, or just part of getting older. But in some cases, this kind of itch can point to something much deeper. One lesser-known but serious cause of chronic back itching is underlying liver or kidney issues, 2 of the most important organs responsible for filtering waste and maintaining balance inside the body. When these organs aren't functioning properly, toxins can build up in the bloodstream. This buildup can irritate the skin, often triggering itchiness, especially in areas like the back, where there are a lot of sensitive nerve endings. Consider Dorothy and Janice, both 76 years old. Dorothy stays on top of her health, gets regular checkups, and drinks plenty of water. She rarely has issues with her skin. Janice, on the other hand, has been feeling more tired lately, noticed some ankle swelling, and has developed a stubborn itch on her back, especially at night. She's tried changing her detergent, using lotion, and switching clothes. Nothing helps. What Janice doesn't realize is that this itch may not be skin deep. It could be her body's way of signaling that her kidneys or liver are under strain. And when these organs aren't functioning properly, it can impact everything from digestion and energy levels to sleep and mental clarity. This kind of itching usually doesn't respond to normal skin treatments, appears without any visible rash, tends to get worse at night, leaves you feeling drained, both physically and emotionally. While the itch itself isn't dangerous, it may be a sign of a deeper issue, and one that could quietly worsen over time if ignored. That's why it's worth taking seriously. The good news is that checking in with your body is simple. A routine blood test can reveal how well your liver and kidneys are functioning. Supporting these organs can also be straightforward. Stay hydrated. Eat fewer processed foods, limit salt and alcohol. Talk to your doctor if you're taking multiple medications. So if your back is itching, and you can't seem to figure out why, don't just ignore it. Your skin might be giving you the first clue that something internally needs attention. 3. Persistent itching on the scalp or neck. An itchy scalp or the back of the neck might seem like a small annoyance. Maybe it's just dry skin, maybe a reaction to shampoo, or simply part of aging. But in many older adults, there's often more going on beneath the surface. This kind of itching can be connected to deeper issues like chronic stress, systemic inflammation, or even changes in the nervous system. The nerves in the scalp and neck are extremely sensitive and are often among the first to react when the body is under strain, especially emotional or neurological stress that has been building up quietly over time. Let's take Leonard and Ray, both in their late 70s. Leonard enjoys a peaceful life. He gardens, stays socially active, and winds down with light meditation. Ray, in contrast, has struggled with retirement. He's restless, spends a lot of time indoors, and has been carrying emotional stress without realizing it. Over the past few months, Ray noticed himself scratching his scalp more often. At first, it was only in the evenings. Then it began happening during the day, too. There's no rash, no flakes, no irritation, just an itch that won't go away. This is more common than you might think. Itching related to stress and nerve sensitivity tends to feel deep, persistent, and unexplained. And while it might not be caused by any skin condition, it still impacts quality of life. If this sounds familiar, the solution may not come from your shampoo bottle. Instead, the first step might be managing stress, whether through social connection, light physical activity, or mindful practices like breathing exercises or meditation. Ray tried everything, switching shampoos, buying a new pillowcase, but the itch on his scalp and neck wouldn't go away. What he didn't realize is that this persistent irritation was likely his body's way of expressing emotional stress and nervous system fatigue. As we age, our stress response weakens. Instead of calming down after a stressful moment, the body often stays in a prolonged state of low-level alert. This can keep cortisol levels elevated and suppress the immune system. That internal tension tends to show up in unexpected ways, especially through sensitive nerve endings around the scalp and neck. Chronic itching in these areas has been linked to conditions like neuropathy, and in some cases, even early cognitive decline. That doesn't mean every scalp itch is serious, but it does mean it shouldn't be dismissed too quickly. The good news? You can often soothe both your body and nervous system with simple lifestyle shifts. Gentle breathing exercises, spending more time outdoors, reconnecting with loved ones, or even writing in a journal before bed can help reset your stress response. For Ray, it started with small changes, taking a short walk in the mornings, turning off the news after dinner, and calling his brother once a week. Over time, the itching faded. Not all at once, but gradually, as the emotional pressure he'd been holding began to lift. The connection between his thoughts and his body became clearer. So if you've been dealing with an itch on your scalp or neck that won't go away, and skin conditions have been ruled out, it might be worth asking yourself a deeper question. How have I been feeling emotionally? Because your body doesn't just react to external triggers. It responds to everything you carry inside. And sometimes, that persistent little itch is simply your nervous system's quiet way of asking for peace. 4. Ongoing itching around the chest or abdomen. When we think about warning signs of declining health, we usually imagine shortness of breath, dizziness, or memory issues. But few people realize that the skin across your chest and abdomen can also quietly reveal what's happening inside the body, especially when it begins to itch without a clear reason. For older adults, chronic itchiness across the torso, particularly around the chest or stomach, can be a sign of more than just dry skin. This type of itch is often linked to nutritional deficiencies or malabsorption issues, which can gradually wear down your strength, immune function, and your body's ability to heal and repair. Consider Joyce and Elaine, both 81. Joyce still enjoys making meals at home, colorful plates with fruits, leafy greens, and small portions of protein. She doesn't eat as much as she used to, but she's mindful about nutrition. Elaine, on the other hand, has slowly lost interest in food. She often skips meals, eats mostly snacks or processed foods, and fills up quickly. Over time, she noticed a lingering itch on her chest and belly, especially at night. Her skin also started feeling more tender and dry. She assumed it was just aging skin and switched body washes. But the itch persisted. What Elaine didn't realize is that, as we age, the digestive system becomes less effective at absorbing vital nutrients like vitamin B12, essential fatty acids, zinc, and magnesium. Without these, the skin can dry out, nerve signals become less stable, and the immune system weakens. The result? Sensitive, irritated, itchy skin, especially in the torso, where nerve endings and blood vessels are concentrated. But it goes even deeper. These same nutritional deficiencies can quietly affect muscle strength, energy, and even cognitive clarity. What's especially dangerous is that many seniors experiencing malnutrition don't look underweight. Their weight may appear normal, but inside, their bodies are running low on the nutrients needed to stay strong. So if you're experiencing persistent itchiness across your chest or belly, without a rash or obvious allergy, it might be your body's early warning sign that something's missing. Not just hydration or moisture, but the fuel that keeps your body functioning. The encouraging part? These issues are often easy to address with the right support. The good news? This is one of the most manageable issues on the list. Supporting your body with better nutrition doesn't require a major lifestyle overhaul. In fact, small changes can go a long way. Simple additions like a handful of nuts, a boiled egg, some fresh berries, or even a quality multivitamin can gradually restore balance and improve skin health. So if you've been dealing with persistent itching across your chest or belly, and you know you haven't been eating quite as well as you used to, consider this your gentle reminder. Nourish yourself, not just for comfort, but for energy, strength, and long-term health. If you're still here and finding this video helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're with us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Tap the bell so you don't miss future insights like this. Your support keeps us going and helps us create more content that matters. Final thoughts. Now that you've learned about 4 specific itchy areas that can hold deeper meaning, take a moment to reflect. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own body? A little itch might seem harmless, but as we've seen, it can be a subtle message about poor circulation, strained organs, chronic stress, or nutritional imbalance. Your body doesn't always shout. More often, it whispers. And sometimes, it uses your skin to do the talking. What matters most is that these signals are not final. They're opportunities. Each one gives you a chance to slow down, check in, and give your body the care it's asking for before a small sign turns into something more serious. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You can take a short walk, add a bit more color to your plate, get a little more rest. Spend a few more minutes reconnecting with yourself or with someone who brings you joy. If even one of these signs felt familiar today, don't brush it off. Take one simple step toward feeling better, and if none of them applied to you, that's even better. Now you know what to look out for and how to respond if things begin to change, because the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live longer with clarity, confidence, and joy. And one of the smartest ways to do that is by listening to your body's early messages. Yes, even the ones that itch. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts matter, and reading your feedback inspires us to keep going. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful content to inform and inspire. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.